It's almost 11:30 at night, so let's film a book haul. Hi, Murphy. So this is my December and January book haul. I think these are all the books I have purchased or received in book boxes, which technically I've purchased as well. I don't know why I distinguish them, but I do. Since my last book haul, except for the stuff that I was gifted for Christmas, which I did a separate haul for. And I also have one book that I pre-ordered, but I had it shipped to my parents' house because I have issues getting Amazon deliveries, and I wasn't thinking about it when I ordered it, so instead I shipped it to their house. But they were out of town. They actually get back tomorrow for their anniversary, so they held their mail, so I don't have it, but it's fine. I wasn't gonna read it right away anyway, so it'll just be in next month's haul. So let's get started with a book I bought that's not for me, and that is Vader's Little Princess. So my cousin just had her first baby. I'm very excited for her, and she had a little girl. She was waiting to be surprised, and I got them gifts for like their baby shower, but I wanted to get a book when the baby was born. I remember seeing these at Disney World a couple years ago, and so I thought of it, and they have like a son one and a daughter one. So and her husband is like super into Star Wars, so I thought this would be cute, and I have just not had the chance to see them yet. Also, I'm getting really hot. I was cold, so I put on my big fluffy sweater, and now I'm hot, so taking it off. So I got The One for You by Ronnie Lauren. So I did read this in December as an e-arc. Ooh, Murphy. From NetGalley. I did read this as an e-arc from NetGalley, but of course I wanted my own copy, and I love Ronnie Lauren in this series, so I had to pick it up. And I also picked up Dark Triumph by Robin Lefevers. I got Grave Mercy in this edition for Christmas, and I said I wanted the other two books to replace the two that I already owned. I can't find Mortal Heart in this edition. I see it on Goodreads, but I don't see it online, so I don't know if I'm losing my mind. I'm gonna check around a little bit more and see. I might just like go to a Barnes & Noble in person and see, but I love these editions. So I have read this before. These covers are gorgeous. And I think I am gonna reread this series before I start the like spin-off duology thing. Let's see. So then this was the December Owl Crate book, I believe. It's probably going to be super shiny. And that is The Guinevere Deception by Kirsten White. I actually got this as an e-arc from NetGalley as well. I think I gave it 4 stars, maybe 3. I actually really like this cover better than the original cover. And I wasn't planning on picking this up, but I'm not mad about having it. And I do plan on continuing with this series. The Guinevere character is not my favorite. She's fine. Like, I don't hate her or anything, but I'm really into the side characters. So, yeah. Another book box. I think this was the December Fairy Loot. There was actually 2 books in the December Fairy Loot. So one was 8 Will Fall by Sarah Harrian, and I think this is a standalone, maybe, or like a duology, I don't know. But it's about like an evil queen and people standing up, you know, like what all fantasy is like, basically. I had never heard of it. It does sound interesting though. And then they sent an arc of Wicked As You Wish by Rin Chupeco, which is 100 Names for Magic book 1. She wrote other books. I don't know anything about this. I'm sorry, but I do plan on trying to read it before it comes out. It comes out in March. We'll see. And then I don't remember, maybe these were like November books. I don't know, things are starting to blend together. Maybe I did talk about these before, I don't know. But I got A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy. I remember reading the synopsis, but I don't remember what it's about. But it has like black sprayed edges. And I don't remember which box I got this in. Probably Fairy Loot though. But it looks cool, and it looks like it might be African inspired, or it's just like darker skinned characters, which is, yep, and North African inspired fantasy world. So that's cool. And does it say? I'm assuming it's a debut for Amanda Joy. I don't know, but this one I am excited about. It's interesting, and I don't have any books with black sprayed edges, so that is pretty cool. And then this was in the January Owl Crate, and that was Scavenge the Stars by Tara Sim, and this is a duology, and this I think sounds pretty interesting. This one I like just got, so I remember it more. I had never heard of this either. Apparently I'm not like in the YA fantasy loop, because I've like never heard of any of the books I get in Owl Crate or Fairy Loot. But this is like a revenge story, and it sounds pretty interesting, and I'm excited. I will probably, I think I'm going to read this actually sooner rather than later. And then I might have talked about this one when I first got it, but I threw it in here because I couldn't remember, and that is Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw. And this one is, oh, look at that, look at the edges. I love this cover so much more than the other one. I think the original is pretty, it's just like a change of color. The original has a black background, and then I think the writing is white, and like all the blue that's here is white. And I know a lot of people were disappointed with this, but they kept saying, everything I saw was like, her other book is better, and I haven't read her other book, so that's okay. And this is another one I would like to read soon. I also have the hiccups. Why? And then I picked up Good Morning, Good Life by Amy, not going to try to say her maiden name, Landino. And she is a YouTuber. Her channel is Amy Landino. And this came out in December. It is self-published. I also picked up the audiobook because I prefer my nonfiction as audio, but now I can read them like together and take notes and stuff. She talks a lot about like making your life productive, and she really focuses on things like morning routines. But I really like her philosophy. Like, she's a 5 a.m. morning routine person, but she doesn't think everyone needs to have a 5 a.m. morning routine, and that you need to find your routine that works best for you. I just like her. I like her vibe and her message, and so I wanted to support her, but I also thought that this could be helpful as I am working on getting more structure and routine into my life. So, you know. And then I did a thing, and I may regret this, but whatever. I had a Barnes & Noble gift card, so basically I spent $8 on this. Listen, BookTube works. Like, it makes you buy books, because I have held out for like 2 years and not bought this series. Not only have I not bought this series, I have actively said in my head, not necessarily like on my channel, that I wasn't gonna read this, just because it's not necessarily up my alley. I've read other books by this author before, and I didn't particularly enjoy them. Yada yada yada. And then people just kept talking about them. And I don't know. I don't know. I can't explain it. The urge came over me and I bought it. And I bought a box set, which is the worst thing. I love how I just made a video talking about how I need to finish all the series on my shelf. And then I went and bought a series. And I bought the Cruel Prince, the fair, it's like the Folk of the Air or something. I'm serious. And I bought the Barnes & Noble special editions. So here, I'm going to explain why the box set was purchased. So for like the last month or two, I've actually been thinking like, oh, maybe I will read these. More and more booktubers I'm following are reading it, and people who aren't just like Sarah J Maas, like truthers, because that's like the vibe I got from this, was like, if you like her books, you're gonna like these. And I don't particularly like her books. So, you know, like, I don't know, right? Like, I don't know. So I was starting to get swayed by some other booktubers. By the way, there's nothing wrong if you like Sarah J Maas books. I just don't particularly like them. So, but I feel like she has a very specific style and a specific character type she writes, and those don't vibe with my preferred reading taste. So the last book, The Queen of Nothing, recently came out, and I don't remember who it was. It might have been Cody from Cody's Book Corner. Said that, no, maybe it was somebody else, I don't know, but said that this book is kind of short, which it is for the final book in a series especially, and that maybe it would be a better ending and it would work better if you had the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition, because there's like special letters in here that might help you like come to terms with things that happen, right? So I was like, okay, well, good to know, good to know. So then I was like, well, I'll just buy the Barnes & Noble exclusive edition of The Cruel Prince so that all my books match, right? And then I was like, well, I definitely want them to match, so I have to buy all of them. But what if they sell out? I don't know what Barnes & Noble is doing with this. Are they going to reprint them? Are they, like, I don't know. And then what if I love it and I need this last book, but I can't get the Barnes & Noble edition? So instead, I just bought the stupid box set of the collector's, the Barnes & Noble edition of The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing by Holly Black. I am really hoping that I will love this, and honestly, like, I want to read it very soon. Like, I'm reading something right now from my Q1 TBR that I don't really want to read, so I just wanted to get it out of the way. But basically my plan is to pick this up next. Hopefully I like it. I'm really hoping I do. But so I did a thing. But I think these editions are so pretty. Like, are they not gorgeous? I love the black. Oh my gosh. Okay. But that is it. That is all I bought. Yeah. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions or anything like that, leave that below. I'm trying to get back and get better with comments, but so as before, I'll say it again. I really struggle with comments because it's like a huge social anxiety thing for me. I know a lot of people love YouTube and love BookTube because communicating through the internet makes things easier for them. I know it's just as hard and just as exhausting, if not more so. But I'm trying to do more and trying to like push myself to respond a little bit more. So yeah. But that is it. Those are the books that I obtained in the last couple of months, and I will see you next time. Bye.